The starting five: Brooks, Trent Jr., Barnes, Anunoby. Guarded by Burks. Screen set by Birch. On a switch, it's Sims. Sims, great dish by Anunoby. Able to handle that was Sims. See if the Raptors, as that three is good, see if they can find some rhythm here. Ultimately, not that that matters, but for the Raptors, I want to see OG find some rhythm. Maybe Scotty Barnes put an exclamation point on his bid for Rookie of the Year as he knocks
his practice time, and that's belief.
Brooks, the rebound ahead now to Barnes. Barnes to the cutting, Gary Trent Jr. Raptors, Siakam, 68 games this season. Fred VanVleet, 65. OG, this is his 48th. Scotty Barnes, 74 games, all starts. Here's Boucher, the three is good. And for Chris Boucher, his 80th game.
Vince Carter say that when, you know, he played for 22 years in the NBA, being a superstar into being, and you see Chris Boucher lights it up again from the outside, same spot.
As we mentioned in the pregame show, almost unfair to compare anything to last season as Trent Jr. finds Malachi. The three is good. And then you talked about the clock down. Thaddeus Young on the court. Quickly, tough angle. Raptors get a stop. Boucher now is going to run the floor. Boucher to Trent Jr. with a slam dunk.
And you're starting to see, right, in these type of games, you still see
Hunt and Gibson.
And right off the glass, you see Chris Boucher pushing it down the floor, looking like a young Magic Johnson.
How about that?
Dishing it to Byron Scott. But that's Gary Trent Jr. you just saw finish.
Ryan Arcidiacono from a school not that far from here, someplace around the way, as Flynn with the offensive rebound and they put back. It's a 10-2 run. Raptors now have cut it to quickly, and it's a 9-point game entering the second. Barnes, Young, Flynn, Achua, Boucher, Thad Young. Nice sweeping hook. He's got that, I mean, you know he's going left. Toppin, batted out, scooped up. Flynn on the run, up top. Oh! Precious calling for it. The vision of Flynn and the finish by Achua.
And that's Precious Achua. And period.
Well, everybody puts a claim on what's the best city. Boucher gliding to the rim.
Make a play. That time finishing on his own. And he looks very comfortable. But have you seen this all year? You don't have to because, you know, you didn't need that. But now you... And he never saw. I'm sure he was disappointed.
Young with the steal. Here's Malachi. Shielding the body, using the left. First lead for the Raptors. They're on a 25-9 run.
And what a move by the play right there. That's when you have, that's a skill. That's a skill set. As you see Thaddeus Young reading the play, getting out, and then just using his body and still with the nice finish.
7 points for Malachi. Shot doesn't go. Sims unable to grab it. Flynn does. Here's Gary Trent Jr. And he lays it up and through. And Trent Jr. 35 points in Washington. Watanabe, good look. Birch. And the cut. Good read by Utah. Now finds Birch. Ends the run. It was 11-0 run in 24 at home.
And you mentioned it. You saw someone like Kemba Walker. You see Gary Trent Jr. getting down the lane with a nice right-hand floater coming across. But you have someone like Kemba Walker. Defense is the one thing you can control. So that's why it's a better feeling when you get that defensive shot and you see Chris Boucher again with a nice
48. Here's the drive, contact, and the finish.
And you talked about Amy. Amy talked about not making that Golden State Warriors team because of his ball handling. But guess what? Newsflash.